Hi, Boyd. Certainly feels like crunch time now for me as my semester winds down in my coursework, and I have a sense that you're feeling the same. Looking ahead at this week's schedule, I made a change in an attempt to reduce the amount of stress that you have on your plate, but to still give you an opportunity to make your work better through cycles of iteration with critique and revision. So, to that end, asking that rather than how it states in the course outline that you would post a draft of your story, we're just going to provide critique and revision based on the storyboard that many of you have already posted that was due on Friday, the 23rd. So what I'm asking is that for your one critical friend, that you go on and reply to their week 10 post, providing them with feedback for how they can make their story better. You're going to use the LT2 Part C rubric and look at their plan and see where you see incongruency, where you see opportunity to potentially improve the way they've planned for their story to meet the criteria of the rubric. And if possible, I'd like you to try to meet the deadline of the 26th of March to provide that feedback. However, I'd like you to each reach out to your critical friend if that deadline's not going to work. So for example, some of you haven't had a chance to post your storyboard yet, so you may be working at a different timeline. So I'd appreciate it if you reached out to the person who's supposed to provide you critique and let them know what your timeline is going to be. Similarly, if you haven't had a chance, if you aren't going to have a chance to provide your critical friend with critique and their post is already there, if you can please let them know. The reason timing is important is to honor the fact that people want to get going with developing their actual deliverable. So if the critique comes too late, it won't be helpful. Second part of this week's task was to provide a draft version of your LT3. That can be either in the form of an actual draft, or it can just be an outline or point form. Again, the hope is to have a timeline to provide timely feedback and revision. So if you can have your draft up by Friday the 30th, that will allow for your peer to give you some critique, hopefully prior to April 3rd, recognizing that we have Easter and some people are on spring break and there's a number of things going on. So again, you may want to modify that schedule. I'm committed to providing feedback on Sunday to everyone who has their draft posted. So if you, I will just reply to the forum just like your critical friend needs to. And then really for the remaining time in our course, it's about preparing those final deliverables. If you are struggling to meet these deadlines, or if you are having concerns about looking ahead, please reach out to me so I can help you. There is some possibility to extend the deadlines beyond the ones in our course outline. However, that flexibility is not unlimited because I have constraints that come to me from the university in terms of submitting my marks. So please communicate if we need to modify those dates together. We can consider that, and I can look at what my deadlines are. There's also even greater flexibility beyond that in the scenario, in an extenuating circumstance scenario. We can reach out to the university, and there's a process to extend the coursework, I believe. So we could go down that road if you need to. I'm telling you all this because I wouldn't want somebody to be feeling stress and think that there's not flexibility and then make a decision that they drop out at this point in our course or something like that, or have other problems dealing in their life because of this course load. I'm hoping to work with you to make sure that everybody can be successful with this project And from where I sit on the other side of time and space, I can't know what you need unless you reach out. So all that to say, hopefully this can be a productive week of making and providing feedback. And I'm available for working with you if I can help. Thanks, and good luck with all of this work.